She thought she was clever, hiding her true colors behind a smile that had once fooled me completely. For months, I had been noticing her distance late nights, excuses that didn't add up, sudden phone calls she would take in the other room. At first, I wanted to believe it was stress, but deep down I knew something wasn't right. My wife, the woman I had trusted with my whole heart, was playing a game she thought I couldn't see. The truth came out slowly, like a puzzle I had to piece together. I discovered she was not only cheating, but also secretly draining our joint account. Every week, money would disappear in small amounts. She thought she was being smart by keeping it under the radar. She believed she had me fooled, that her lies were airtight, but she underestimated how far betrayal can push a man to uncover the truth. I stayed quiet, pretending I was blind. If she thought she was winning, I wanted her to believe it until the very end. She would smirk when I asked simple questions, brushing me off with answers that sounded rehearsed. She acted as though I was too naive to suspect her. In her mind, she had already won. But behind her back, I began collecting evidence. Bank statements, recordings of her phone calls, even photographs of her meeting the man she was cheating with. Every detail was logged and saved. I wasn't just preparing to confront her, I was preparing to destroy her game completely. Her plan grew bolder when she filed a false complaint against me. She claimed I had been abusive, trying to twist the law to her side. The day the police knocked on my door, she was standing there with fake tears, believing her act would earn her sympathy and my downfall. She looked at me with victory in her eyes, as if my life was about to end. But what she didn't know was that I had been waiting for this moment. At the police station, as she confidently repeated her lies, I remained calm. When the officer asked if I had anything to say, I pulled out a neatly organized folder from my bag. Inside were bank records showing her theft, screenshots of her conversations with her lover, and a recorded call where she admitted her scheme. The room went silent as the officers reviewed each piece. My wife's confident expression cracked. Her lips trembled as she realized her lies were collapsing. The man she thought she loved had abandoned her too, refusing to show up when the police called him for questioning. She looked around desperately, as if someone would come to her rescue, but no one did. For the first time, she wasn't the one in control. The officer turned to her and asked why she had hidden such things. She stuttered, her excuses sounding weak and broken. The tears she once forced now became real tears of fear, not victory. Her game, the one she thought she had perfected, was falling apart faster than she could handle. In that moment, I didn't feel pity. I felt a strange calmness, knowing justice was no longer in my hands but in theirs. I had carried the weight of her betrayal for too long. Now, it was her turn to face consequences. They booked her for fraud, for filing a false report, and for theft. She pleaded, begged, and looked at me with the same eyes that once convinced me to marry her. But I wasn't the same man anymore. Her words meant nothing. As she was led away in handcuffs, she kept shouting that this wasn't how it was supposed to end. She had believed her lies would protect her forever, but the truth was stronger. She had dug her own grave, and I had only shown everyone the shovel in her hands. Walking out of the station that day felt lighter. The pain of betrayal was still there, but it no longer controlled me. She thought she had won, but in reality, she had destroyed herself. Her game ended not with my downfall, but with hers. And the irony was perfect. She lost everything at the very place she thought she could use against me. The police station. I didn't just get justice. I got closure, and she finally learned that no matter how clever lies may seem, the truth always finds a way to win.